Not only do we have this entire paradise here, we converted the window well into a waterfall.
Check it out here.
This is a basement office, and yet this is the view. The yard feels so much bigger. Now your neighbor's yard was just like yours when you moved in, right? Waterfalls up here coming down, beautiful stairs. Unfortunately, we're selling this paradise. How many waterfalls do you have in this yard if you counted them all?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. Nice neighborhood, but a pretty, typical upper class, nice neighborhood in Chicagoland. Anything but a normal backyard. Wait till you see this. Pretty normal front yard. I'm actually vlogging one of my friend's ponds, and his wife is an author, Laura Lee, and she has written a number of books basically inspired by the wildlife in her yard. This is her, Laura Lee Pearson, and her backyard is an absolute unbelievable wildlife sanctuary. They're actually selling this house, neighborhood, grass, everything else. Wait till you see this backyard. You are going to be quite surprised of what he has done over the years with Aquascape back here. It's a complete jungle. So I've just left suburbia, and now I am walking through a forest, coming up on the most incredible backyard transformation in a suburbs I think I've ever, a moose. Look at this. This is the yard. And there's the squirrels going and the chipmunks going. This was just grass when we took this over, and Greg wanted to create a wildlife sanctuary, and he has more than done that. Just take this in. Can you believe it? This is somebody's backyard in a suburban setting in Chicago, and they've got that to look at right there. Big koi. It just, all of these trees we planted, Greg planted. Look at the size of some of these bruisers down here. Hey, there he is. I was just telling everybody how you created a wildlife sanctuary in your yard, and your wife is an author.
Absolutely.
Inspired by the wildlife back here.
Correct.
That's so cool. Unfortunately, we're selling this paradise and moving to another one in Michigan and Florida, right?
Correct.
Well, I don't blame you, from Illinois. How many years now since we started creating this paradise with you?
2012.
Okay, so in the last 9 years, you've transformed this from a typical suburban lot with grass to living the Aquascape lifestyle.
Correct. Yep.
You have done an amazing job. I think, how many total water features? How many, like 5, 6 iterations we were back here?
5 separate ones, yeah.
Well, it is a little paradise that you have created back here. You really wanted to have a wildlife sanctuary.
Ideally, coming from Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Yes.
That's what I wanted my backyard to live in.
Yeah, so it looks like Michigan and Illinois, that is for sure.
That's the goal, yeah.
And we achieved that goal. And not only do we have this entire paradise here, but you work from home, so you have a really incredible basement. The only time we've ever done this where we converted the window well into a waterfalls.
Correct.
So should we look at it from here first or in the basement first?
Let's check it out here.
So this, friends, is a window well into the basement, surrounded by all of this lush vegetation, and your office window, if I can even see it, is right over there. So I'm going to have to show a view from down there.
It's the village escape hatch for emergency.
Right, because we had to actually put a sump pump down there because wasn't the builder going crazy when we said we're going to put a water facing flowing towards the house?
He said nothing, no water goes towards the house, you always bring it away.
Exactly. We designed an aqua block system down there and put the waterfall flowing, and this is just a sanctuary for wildlife down here. Frogs,
chipmunks, squirrels, hawks.
So so this was more you than your wife though, right?
Correct.
But yet she really obviously fell in love with it. She became an author based off of the wildlife that came to your yard.
Correct.
We'll put a link to the children's books down here, but if you're interested, how cool is that This is really Greg's dream of a backyard, but his wife got inspired to, didn't she get a journalism degree or something?
Yes.
But this was her first book she wrote, really inspired by the chipmunks and the wildlife that come to the property.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, this is great. We got to check out the basement. So this is the daily commute, huh? Nice basement. Wait till you turn the corner.
She found this in here.
Look at this. Talk about making lemonade out of lemons. This is a basement office, and yet this is the view. That would normally just be a steel exit area for you know, a basement, but here it is, this beautiful waterfalls. So laptop right here.
This is the best.
Oh yeah, the sound.
That's how it usually is.
How about that? What a transition. And we just put stones on this side, which is also still beautiful. And then there's your screensaver with the pink grapefruit. Not a bad office at all. Wow. So this was second, right? We did the first water feature. This was the first one, and then the pond was the second. You just kept adding and adding.
The last install you guys did in 11.
Oh, okay, so the end of 2011, and then 2012 was the big pond. Waterholic. Well, it's about as inspiring as you could possibly get to have that outside your window. And of course, there's more. Gorgeous pondless waterfall. Impatiens planted right in the gravel. Impatiens do fantastic when they get a lot of water. Look at this, even the table. I think he bought this from a flower and garden show. But look at that. How unique, a little bowl coming down. This is the booth from the flower and garden show you got, right? You came down and Brian had done this display and you said I wanted it, and yeah. And then we just have a pathway up there, and I think, then did we add a wetland here eventually?
The bog system on the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, so we have the walkway right back here. But you know, this is, once again, this entire thing was just a, didn't we have a little seating area over here? At one time, there was a seating area up here. Look at this, it's got going back to the wetlands. I mean, what's so interesting is when you have a yard that is so, what a walkway. When you have a yard that is so full where you can't see, we were just over there at the table, it creates mystery, and the yard feels so much bigger. Now your neighbor's yard was just like yours when you moved in, right? Waterfalls up here coming down, beautiful stairs. Another little, how many waterfalls do you have in this yard if you counted them all?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 waterfalls in a, and how big is this property? It's a quarter acre.
Quarter acre.
Quarter acre. Okay, just to give you a perspective, if you look at the neighbors, which is a traditional backyard, you tell me which yard feels bigger, if I can even get there. Go through the jungle. Which yard looks bigger? Which yard is more inviting? This is just a traditional backyard. And this is anything but traditional. You see why I'm friends with this guy? Where'd you get these statues from? They are really cool.
Artist out of Florida.
Out of Florida. And then you got your Spartans. Now, your kids go there. Did you go there?
No.
Because you're a Michigan guy, right?
Yep.
That's why you want to get back up to the hometown area.
Correct.
Just an absolute sanctuary back here. Do you have any idea how many chipmunks you have?
We stopped counting at, I think, 12.
So we actually had to make sure that when we built it, we put in concrete cloth because we didn't want the chipmunks getting holes in the liner. So the concrete cloth is underneath this pond, only where the waterfalls are though, right?
And luckily they live all in the back tree line.
Okay, and they just come up here for getting fed and everything else, right? But the whole backyard overlooks this. Hey, you know what we'll do, Greg? We'll put a link to the MLS listing for this house.
Awesome.
So that people that are interested in living the aquascape lifestyle could instantly have it.
I did all the headache.
Yeah, you dealt with all the mess of making this, and now it's literally a jungle back here. Now, this tree is seeded itself. What kind of tree is that?
Purple Catalpa.
I've never heard of that, a purple Catalpa, and you've had to actually, that's one seeded over there, this one seeded over there, you got one in your window well, and you've actually pulled some out.
About 15 of them.
Wow, that is a beautiful plant. Now you've got, like you said, 60 koi in here?
Yeah, or 60, last count.
This has been a fun hobby for you with the fish, hasn't it?
They spawned one time, which created most of them.
That's it,
That was
huh?
years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so how big are the babies now?
The smallest ones, maybe 6 inches.
Right, got some nice looking fish in there. So I actually might get those fish and bring them back to Aqualand because you might not sell them with the house. You can come visit them, right?
Yeah, I can trust you.
Yes, this is definitely some big boys that need a big pond to live in. So they would probably go live at the front pond at Aqualand. But I just love how natural everything looks. I love, we got 2 biofalls up there. I love this waterfalls. Tons of oxygenation. And once again, the impatiens planted right in the stream. I'm so glad I came back today. This is so fun. You can see why I say I love my job. And look, this is a Ferrari of a backyard. Not everybody has this kind of vision and this kind of dream, but it is fun when we have customers that want to turn their backyards into a jungle, because we love doing that. If you guys are inspired by watching these vlogs, please get more people to watch them by sharing and liking and commenting so more people can see what they can do even in a suburban backyard doing incredible stuff. I love my job.